Yeah, I'm alive. I am barely alive, but I'm alive. Let me adjust my pillow. Um, Whoop, I'm covering the camera. Good Lord, you think I'd know better than that? I remember the first video I made, Nick Snyder, he bitched at me for not having landscape on. And now every time I use my phone to record, I'm like, oh, Nick said I had to use landscape, so I do. I am in my nightgown and my robe, and as you can see, my face is still fat and swollen. My hands, pretty bad. I can't get my wedding set off. But I went to the doctor yesterday, and I'm shaking. Let me see if I can prop this up. Let's look at the lamp. It looks a lot better than my fat face right now. Went to the doctor yesterday, and I don't know if you know what all has happened in the last, oh, I don't know, 7 weeks, but I got really sick, and I had to go to the Charleston Hospital, and I was I was bad. Hey, Clancy. Hey, Steve. Hi, honey. This is just an impromptu little video I thought I'd make. I haven't been on in forever, and I've missed you guys. I've missed talking to everybody. But so I was in diabetic ketoacidosis, and I came home. They let me go sooner than normal. And hi, Angie J, you beautiful thing, and Shannon Marie. Oh, it's so nice seeing you ladies here. Oh, hello, Brand Michelle. I'm seeing the chat. This is different the way they're doing this. I'm seeing the chat like one name at a time come up. So if I miss anything, I apologize. But I am flat on my back. I am sick again. Um, it's crazy. I get over one thing and then another happens, and you all might. I don't know if you know or not. A couple weeks ago, I fell in the kitchen. Well, actually, first I fell trying to get up from the couch. My couch is overstuffed and it's in here in the den, and I was laying on it. And of course, things always happen in the middle of the night, because why else would it be an emergency if it can also be at 3 a.m.? I was getting up. We'd both fallen asleep on the couch, my couch and his couch. So I wrenched my back, and then a couple days later, I slid and I cracked my patella, my kneecap, which is really, really hard to do. This is weird. It's like y'all are looking at my nose. It's really, really hard to do. And so my knee is really bad. Can hardly walk. My face is so swollen from all of the medication they've had me on. I feel like I look like a frog, which there have been some not so nice people who've made comments on it. I'm gonna have to prop it this way. I'm sorry, but I don't want you looking at my nose. Anyway, I always see you. Um, but I wanted to talk about a couple things. I've been laying here on the damn couch for so long. All I've done is watch movies and YouTube and go through Twitter until I think I reached the end of the Twitter net. But so anyway, as you know, there have been a lot of accusations of racist stuff, and I was the first to be accused, and I want to talk about this. I want to get this all out because just the other night I got basically dogpiled out of a chat. I've never had that happen before. Um, Usually wherever I go, they're cordial and nice. Some even really like me, but yeah, they. And I'm like, I need to speak on this. I already did, I thought, but apparently it didn't stick. Um, Way back when, I don't know if y'all remember when Irish Marie she was in a bad place. I'm going to cut her some slack. She apologized to me and said that she wanted to make things a clean slate and clear. And you know what? And I was fine with that. And I took down the video, and all the video was basically her talking shit about everybody. But that's neither here nor there. It got straightened out, and things are better. And that's what happens when we come out with the truth. I'm live streaming and I can't pick you up. I'm on my phone. But anyway, that was a very rough time for me and for Mandy and Hippie Mandy and for Monique and a lot of us. And on that stream, Monique said the word ninny. Well, this person that I didn't know before commented that it was a racist slur. And I said, no, it's not. It's not from picking any. It's ninny as in a fool. And that went back and forth, back and forth. And finally, I was like, you know what? And people were trying to decide whether they wanted to believe me or her. And I'm like, okay, you know, you make up your own mind. We'll talk about it. And if you have anything, because I was getting a hate from, people I had never talked to. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. If you don't like somebody, fine, but have a good reason, right? I mean, if I don't like someone, it's because of something. Either they've said it unto me or one of my friends and I have a bad impression. And then again, sometimes you talk to people and you just think, this is not my kind of person. They don't fit in my puzzle of all my friends, because our friends are all puzzle pieces that fit. I gotta sit up for a minute. This is killing me. Hang on. I don't want a boob to fall out or anything. Oh, shit. My hair is a wreck. I'm a wreck. My hairdresser's actually coming to my house today, thank God. But anyway, I'm sorry I look so bad. But my hair's everywhere. And I've got it piled on top of my head. Anyhow, so we had this whole race debate, right? Good God. Yeah, I agree. Duchess said, said exactly what I was thinking, that she's crazy. Okay, the lady I'm talking about, I'm sure you all know, is Unitonka. And I had no idea who the hell she was. Excuse me. I didn't know her from Adam. I hadn't spoken to her. I hadn't, if you know me, I greet everybody and I treat everybody I try to treat everybody well. But yeah, she was like saying that I was supporting racism and stuff. I'm like, where the hell is this coming from? I've never been a racist in my life. I've never discriminated against anyone of any color. I've dated, when I was single, I dated everybody. And I do mean about everybody. But, she came at me after the stream. My mods booted her out of the stream where Monique and Mandy and I were talking. And, because that was an intense stream. And it's still up. I don't take my streams down. You'll notice that. So they took her out. They were like, that's bullshit. That's not what we're talking about. And they just got rid of her. And I didn't know who she was. Well, then right after, of course, emotions are high. We're not, I wasn't calmed down yet. I wasn't cooled off. And, then I get this crap coming at me on Twitter. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this. I don't ever want to talk about this. Leave me alone. I'm done. I'm done for the day. And I blocked her. And there were two ladies that I'm friends with in the UK. And they were trying to figure out whether she was right or I was right. Because all of us, I don't think we had talked in a while. But anyway, they were actually on her side. And then she was attacking them because they were adding people to the conversation. And because you know how it is when something comes on Twitter, everybody's got to talk about it and they've got to join in to have their part. We all want to be recognized and noticed. So I said, I'm out. I blocked them. I said, I'm not having this conversation. It's not something I want to talk about, and I am not in the headspace to do it. And you can see it's still on my Twitter because I don't delete it unless I've really misspelled something. But anyhow, it just kept going on, and I kept seeing this woman's name, and she was, they're like, she's made a video about you. She made at least one. I know she made one that night. And, it took forever to get that stupid shit straightened out. And the only way it did was I had a stream and I called it Salvation and Redemption because there were a couple people who were saying some really nasty things about me. And it turned out they were lies. Y'all remember that? People said, oh, she was my therapist online. And never been your therapist. Never did anything to you. Wasn't anything but nice. I got all brought out. You can go watch the video. Once again, it's still up. But, so anyway, I was getting sicker. I have a problem with, I have like chronic shingles, which sucks. It's horrible. And, but my immune system will get low or I'll get upset and I get the shingles. And they were up my back and it, the shingles, I'm sorry for this camera being so shitty and moving around. Um, it got so bad that my sugar kept staying high because y'all know I'm type 1 diabetic. And it went into diabetic ketoacidosis. And so I am in the hospital in Charleston. And then I'm hearing, and I said, if I have to go into the hospital, I said, we're taking video and pictures. There's going to be proof because remember, everybody was demanding proof for everything, which they still do. But yeah, I mean, I was swelled up. When you get sick like this, like my face is so swollen and my whole body was swollen. Like my arms are swollen. And I have fibromyalgia too, and that'll make you swell. So I was kind of getting it all the way around. But yeah, while I'm in the ICU trying to not die, there's a letter that supposedly arrives at her house. And the letter is supposedly racially charged, that they were threatening her parents. They doxed all this stuff. They were, but she wouldn't show the letter, but she pretty much said it was me. And I'm like, well, this is the furthest thing from what I do. I ain't gonna write you a letter. If I'm mad at you or if I think something's wrong, I come right to you. You have it too, so you understand that you swell. You'll swell. The steroids will make you swell. When you get sick, like my arms are swollen. When I was at the doctor yesterday, they said, are you in a flare? And I'm like, yeah, because like one arm is literally bigger than the other. They're so swollen. And that's one of the lovely things about being on YouTube is everybody notices all this crap. And yeah, I've been called a linebacker a couple times. And I've made jokes about it, but it's something I deal with. But anyway, so this horrible racially charged letter is supposedly received. But one thing with the drama community, we're smart cookies. Everybody has to see the letter. Then she said she'd taken it to the police. Then she tried to show a piece of paper that didn't even have a crease in it. There was no fingerprint, though, because she would have had to been fingerprinted. There was nothing on her fingers, and we all know that stuff's hard to get off. And we've talked about it. Your right leg is always, see, my left is always bigger than my right. It's horrible. It really is. And you get a little self-conscious about it. But anyway, no proof of the letter was shown. It kept being refused and refused. Well, but it was supposedly horrible. And she, and she was saying it was me. She would give out tidbits of information. Well, I thought we'd made up. I thought we'd made up too. I don't know why. I still to this day don't know why. God, look at my hair. I don't know why all of that occurred. I don't know what the reasoning behind it was. I don't know what the motive was other than to get attention. Old Mama Best being a racist. Come on. But you know what? I thought there's something that she needs that she's not getting. And see, I still got curls. That she's not getting. And I don't know. Maybe she did this out of some sort of desperation or trying to distract. So, yeah, it was wrong. It was really wrong. I would never do that to somebody. I've had a lot of shit been done to me, at different times. But I would never, I'd never make up a lie like that. But I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to let it pass because people were getting really angry and really upset. And she was like, I'm sorry. And she's, talking to me and we're on the phone and all this. And I said, you know what? Just forget it. Let's move on. Let life go. And so that's what I did. And I forgave her for it. But I don't forget, when somebody's doing things like this that are totally left to center, you remember. And, I tried to be good friends to her, and, and I've had fun on her panel. I've been on there with Mallory and, oh, Happy Hooker, or, yeah, the Awesome Hooker. I keep wanting to say Happy Hooker. I had that book. But, but, Pirate, she would come in Pirate's chats, and, and then she'd come in my streams, and I thought things were good. I really did. But every now and then, I kept hearing that somebody's racist or this person said something racially incorrect. And it kept going on and on. And I'm like, why is she fixated on this? Why is she hypersensitive to it? She keeps saying all her friends are white, which I find offensive. But I'm going to have to take my glasses off to even read. Can I ask why you thought it was okay? Wait a minute, I couldn't. Shit, it went by too fast. Brown-eyed girl, you know what? I did a lot of forgiving and not a lot of thinking. I'll be honest with you. I was just like, let it go, stop. And I'm in DMs with her, too, all the time. I don't know which way the camera is. Hi, Boston Kitty Cat. But when she would insult someone, like I think she said something about your eyebrows. I was like, she's got the perfect eyebrows. And I'd say, no, I really like this person. And, I always stand up when I'm friends with someone, I'm friends with them. And I think that the people that I'm closest to, Pirate and Rainbow and Angelo and Duchess and, Lord, there's a group of us. And we laugh about being the misfits. But, I tried to think what should I do? And so I would try to stand up for, yeah, brown-eyed girl. Can you put that up again? Because I'm recording on my phone and I really didn't get to see the whole thing. Lord God, you think I didn't wash my face. But, then it's one person, and it's another person, and then it's another person, and then another person that are being accused of saying racist stuff. Oh, y'all sat there about 5 minutes and talked about me. You yourself last and said, you noticed at Christmas that I wear the same shirts all the time. No, honey, that wasn't you. I was talking about MFW. She's worn the same black tank top for, I guess ever since she started on YouTube, and that I made mention of it. Yeah, it was, I honestly, if we went back over it, that's what I was talking about. I don't know what they were talking about, but it was a joke because on Christmas she put on a red shirt and a red jacket. Hey, honey. But and now she's back to wearing black t-shirts. I don't know why. And I've said this before. I don't know why Maggie sent her all those clothes because she only wears one top. And it's just, that was kind of a joke. But brown-eyed girl, I've always liked you, and I think you're beautiful. You have the most beautiful eyes. You picked a perfect name. But it wasn't me that said anything negative about you, because you've always been really nice to me, and I've always been really nice to you. And if I did say something that got misconstrued, then I apologize. I certainly never wanted to make you feel, hey, Izzy. Oh, you are always working. You record everything. Let's show the last few minutes of her stream since she took it down. If it's Uni's stream, I don't record hers. What I record, I keep mine up all the time. And and we could talk about this. We'll go back, and if it's still up, or if we can find it, we can go over it. But honestly, the one that I was talking about wearing the same shirt all the time was MFW. But I'm sorry if you thought it was you and then I was insulting you, because you don't wear the same shirt in every stream. That wouldn't make any sense. Just, if I don't know why I would say anything disgusting about you. So, but definitely find it. Hit me up in DMs and we'll talk, and let's straighten this out. That's what I'm about. See, that's what's gotten my ass in trouble over the last, and I've been advised, don't do it. Don't white knight for anybody. But, I'm not big into, I don't like cussing people, and I don't like fighting. Now, I'll talk shit all day long. I'm a woman. That's just what happens. But I don't ever want anybody to feel like what I'm saying is going to, I don't ever want to make anybody cry or make anybody feel less than. And that bothers me, Brown Eyed Girl, that you thought I was talking about you, because honestly, it's her that I've been making fun of for wearing the same shirt. You can ask pretty much anybody. And it's also on my it was about Christmas on my stream. That I was saying that. I think it was the Thursday before Christmas. But I'm sorry if you thought it was you. But anyway, so all right, back to my tale of woe here. All right, so Dave the Fisherman had a stream, and yeah, it was. I'm okay. See, Angie sees it too. You said that it seems like whenever you go, you agree with them. I don't agree. I don't agree to talk. If I'm friends with somebody, I will say I like her or I like him, and I don't lie about who I'm friends with. Or if I don't care for someone's actions, I'll say, you know what, I don't like the way they do that. And but I never try to really hurt anyone. That's not my job here, to tear somebody apart. But let's see, David Fisherman had streams. There have been streams with Holly that were, and obviously Holly and I are not going to get along because she's done too much. Uni, I begged her to stop calling people racist because it's insulting to a white person to be called that. You know, it. I have never been racist, and to hear that come out of someone's mouth hurt me a lot. And like I kept saying, you can't call people that. There are racists. Yes, all peoples can be racist against some other peoples. Okay, it's not just black and white. We know that. But it was like every time I turned around, somebody said something racist. Somebody said something this, that, and the other. And I kept saying, you have to blow this off. And then finally, when Dave said, he said twat. He did not say, anything else. And if he did, she is black. I mean, it's not like he used a racial epithet. And I think Pirate pointed that out beautifully. But here I am. I'm not feeling well, and I'm white knighting. I wasn't really white knighting. I was trying to get people. I'm like, look, let her apologize and make peace. And no, I'm not. No, because you can only, and that's what I'm trying to get to, Brown Eye Girl. This past weekend after Dave's stream, when she accused him of saying a racial slur, she was like, listen to the clip. We did. We didn't hear him make a racial slur. Twat, yes. Is twat the nicest thing to call? I think it was twat and the C word. But is that the nicest thing to say? No. Have we said worse? Yes. And you know what? If he had have said black, she's black. It's an identifier. I mean, he didn't call her the N-word. So that was a big difference. And I was on, and if anybody questions me, I swear to God, I'll drop the DMs. I told her, I gotta take another sip. I'm sorry. It's an identifier. And I kept saying, you cannot go around in every stream making problems. You cannot keep accusing people who are not racist of being racist. It's insulting. It's insulting to me because that would mean that I was ignorant and to me, uneducated. And when I say uneducated, that means educated in the world. Okay. And, I basically begged her to stop. I was like, you are just screwing things up for not only yourself, but for anybody who has been friendly towards you. We're getting drug in with you. Just like Brown Eye Girl thinks I'm friends with her. There were people in Dave's chats. Was it last night before? I'm trying to remember. Anyway, I tried to go in and explain what had happened from the beginning. They wouldn't let me speak. They were blocking me. I've never had that happen in a chat before. And I told her, I said, until you straighten this out, I can't be of much help. I can't go around fighting battles for someone, and I'm not going to when it's bullshit. Okay? I don't think anyone has, have people said ugly stuff? Yeah, but they say ugly stuff to me, and I'm tired of getting ugly shit said to me because someone who basically shit on me and I forgave them, and then they shit on me again and I forgive a second time. I only got two cheeks. Okay? Turn the other cheek can only work twice. First, second. Y'all see how red I am. Flare. Anyway, and my words to her were, you're going to have to get your big girl panties on and go apologize. And this was when Dave was extending the olive branch and Mallory was up there and everything. And she was trying to tell him, she's like, she's a good person. She's really neutral. And I was like, look, that is not racist. You're seeing racism everywhere you go and you're hypersensitive to it or whether you're getting attention from it. And you know what? Mallory said something that was really smart. I think she likes it. And I was like, yep. Whether it's negative or positive attention, some people just want attention. The problem is it hurts everyone around them. And the negative attention she was getting, I was getting dragged right along. MBW, oh my God, she's best friends with MBW. No. My best friends on here are on the pirate ship. Her sister, Angelo, Duchess, Robbo. Those are my best friends on here. Those are the people that I talk to and I'm close to. And hi, darling. Hi, Shauna. I enjoy going to, am I friends with other people? Yes. I'm friends with lots of people. But I'm not going to be friends with someone who wants me to go fight their battles for them. And especially when they're invalid. Does anyone see that she was racially targeted? I mean, I think she's one of the very few black people that we have in the drama community, but I don't give a shit at what her color is or anyone's color is or where you're from or what your religion is. You can worship Satan for all I care. It's your life, your spiritual life, and I try to be kind to everybody until they shit on me so many times. But I am here to formally announce that I am not Uni's best friend. I'm not fighting her battles for her. Will I speak to her if she speaks to me? Yes. But am I going to be on her panel? No. You know why? Because it would only be detrimental to me. And that's who I got to look out for in the beginning. Hey, Nancy. But, I have to, and I feel guilty because I back off, and I don't know, it's a complex that you get when you're a therapist or a nurse or doctor or anything like that, where you think that you can fix things. I can't fix this. This is something she's going to have to fix on her own. I've caught her in a couple other lies and that really bother me. Lie to me. That really gets me when somebody that I trust just out and out lies. And so don't link me with her anymore. I mean, I literally went into a chat with Dave, and the first thing that was said was in the I went in after to leave a comment afterwards because they wouldn't let me on the panel, much less give me a wrench or anything else to protect myself. Somebody said, "Don't believe anything that I say. It's all lies because I'm full of shit, and Uni's my best friend." Really? I've known Uni for what, a couple of months and been through all of this? No. I told you who my best friends are. And Shannon, and the people that have cared for me and I care for them. And I would just like to separate myself from her. I wish her all the best, but I can't do this anymore. I can't save her, but thank you. We see you. I appreciate that. Even Angelo started out, he did not like me at all. And now he's one of my favorite people. He's one of my best friends. And, and these aren't people that just talk to me. I've got to take some insulin. They talk to my husband too. So we know each other and we're getting together and getting to learn each other's families. And that's what's important, to make good social connections and, care about each other. Now, we're not all going to like each other. There's some people there's one person I really don't like. who thought she was going to play armchair psychologist this morning about the whole MB and R thing. I'm not going to say their names. I think everybody's talked about them already enough anyway. But yeah, her last beating was when she was 25. If you're getting physically assaulted, and that's physical assault, I don't care if it's a parent or not. At 25, there's something wrong. If you think that's okay, that's wrong. But anyway, I want to say thank you for everyone that saw what I've been seeing. And I haven't spoke up because, let's face it, if you speak up too much, you are going to get a bunch of shit from everybody. But privately, I had been reaching out to Rebecca, and in her chats, I would say something encouraging here or there. I'm tiptoeing, literally tiptoeing, because people could get so hateful. And but I am so proud of this community to take, because that usually will buy. I think the first time was with Lil Rosie, and then we helped some other people. But then there's been so much bitterness that I haven't seen a lot of good come from our community, and I was really glad to see people stepping up, stepping in, and you know, getting her away, even if it's just a break, you know, and help her find hopefully a training center up there. We have training centers all over, and they help people who have traumatic brain injuries or are MR, or, you know, have different disabilities, and they find them jobs, and they help them live on their own. And that's what she needs. She needs to feel good about herself, that she can live alone. And I'm just really proud of the community for that. And I have not liked Real Stream News since the beginning. I'm just going to say that. But all this that has occurred, it might have been building up, but I don't think it would have happened like it did if he hadn't baited them. He's a very bad interviewer. He's terrible. He interrupts people. He talks over them. He's sarcastic. He's condescending and insulting. And he never knows what the hell. Am I right in this, or am I right? He never knows what the hell he's talking about. He doesn't know any of the history. None. He didn't know truthfully Tricia's, yet he wanted to run his mouth about her. They didn't know me, but somehow I was coming out of his mouth. He doesn't know anything about the two ladies that we were discussing. None of it. None of the history. We've got like, well, I've got about 3 years in. And I know what's happened. I've kept up with all of it. This guy comes in and wants to get into all the drama, and wants everything explained to him. Tell me about that. Tell me about that. And then doesn't let him explain. That just frustrates a guest. He needs to take a class or two in journalism and interviewing, get his interviewing skills up, because he's not just making himself look like a fool. He's really upsetting people in the community. And I don't like anybody that hurts people. And he's been hurting people. And he hurt Mama Bear and Rebecca, and I wasn't going to say their names, but he hurt them last night. He got this all riled up. And I think that, you know, I won't be watching anymore. I only saw clips at first, and I was like, oh shit, what's going on? And I'm like, if I had been on that panel, I would have ended up losing my shit too. Just saying. Yeah, I can't with RSN. He's, first of all, you know, I don't like people that aren't good at their jobs. If you're going to be, Brown, I got that. Okay. Yeah, how am I old? I'm 48. Thank you very much. I don't even have a grandbaby yet. But yeah, he's calling us old ladies, but he's right in the middle of our knitting circle, isn't he? The little shit needs to go away. Go back to the gaming community. Take Holly with you. You all cussed each other long enough to where I'm sure you're gonna make up, because nobody likes her, and I don't know why. If you haven't watched Mallory, and it's Mallery, if you have not watched Mallory's videos, the parodies that she does are brilliant. But you know, I wanted to say that there's a lot more that I could say, but I'm really tired. And the reason I titled it this is I got the pneumonia vaccine and the pertussis vaccine yesterday, and I feel like homemade shit. I mean, seriously, I can't. I got up, I came downstairs, I got on the couch, and I've been like, ugh. I have thrown up everything. What I didn't throw up came out the other end. So, it makes you sick for a couple of days. They warned me, but I'm like, oh, I take chemo every week. I take my methotrexate every week. I can handle that. This is not good. And I'm dehydrated. And my hairdresser's coming at 6, thank God, because look at this. I'm going to look like a Disney queen. I'm going to have to get a cackle on an apple before long. So this red, it needs her roots done. Thank God she comes to the house. But that was what I had to say. I don't want people to accuse me of being something I'm not, or taking my words and misconstruing them. If you have a question, I beg you, if you have a question for me, come to my DMs. My DMs are open. In fact, I had 2 ladies that didn't care for me and that we've been arguing and pissing off each other back and forth, get in touch with me just last night and said, can we DM and talk? And I'm like, yeah, we sure can. Because I bear them no ill will. I don't hate anyway. I seriously dislike one person, but I don't hate anybody. And I don't put those who follow different people and all that. I don't believe in co-signing things. Like, for example, if I say something outrageous, I don't expect that everybody in my chat's going to agree with me, or that my mods are all going to agree with me, because we're all different. We're all human. And as was said, we're all allowed our own opinion. No, depends on how many people like it or agree with it. I mean, I don't agree with it, what she was talking about, but we are entitled to our own opinions. And you're entitled to your opinion about me, just like I'm entitled to my opinion about you and different people. But I hope before we judge one another on whether they're good people or not, that we take the time to watch them. We listen to what they say. We don't just throw somebody into a corner because they talk to different people and we may not like those people. So, yes, I have sleep tweeted you. Oh my gosh, that's something I need to talk about. Wait a minute. This is terrible. Okay. I've been somnambulistic since I was probably able to walk. And if you get a tweet or a message or a DM or anything from me, and it's usually after midnight and before 7 a.m., and it makes no sense, I'm not drunk, I'm not on drugs, I'm tweeting in my sleep. I have had to go back and say, I am so sorry I was asleep during this. And if my husband's trying to lock my phone, because I'll be going to sleep and I'll be listening to a live stream. And he'll be like, honey, let's take this off. Let's lock the phone. No, I'm listening to this. And last night I listened to so many people. And yeah. So if I tweet you in the sleep, that means you're on my list and I like you, I guess. So yeah, I want to talk to you even when I'm not awake. But all right. I'm going to go get a shower because I look like hell and I feel like hell. Please get the Pertussis vaccine because that's whooping cough. And there are lots of babies that haven't been vaccinated yet, and it's rampant. So it's worth a day or so of being a little ugh. But then you're protecting other people. Vaccinate, vaccinate, vaccinate. All right. You roared laughing. God only knows. I don't even remember what I said, but it was crazy. All right. I'm going to tell you all bye now. I love you. You love you. I'm going to shower and then lay back down until Jennifer comes. But hopefully my head will look a little better tomorrow. I look like homemade shit. I'll talk to you soon. Love to all of you. I love you.